One of the largest budget items looming in the near future is replacement of the OHS boiler system, an estimated $15 million project. How should we plan for this replacement if it were to happen in your next 3-year term?
You said 50, right?
15.
15, 1 5.
I don't think that's accurate.
Is that low?
I think, yeah.
Let's assume it's 15
Okay.
for sake of the question. That's still a pretty darn big number.
I didn't hear the whole question.
Okay, yeah. One of the largest budget items looming in the near future is replacement of the OHS boiler system, an estimated $15 million project. How should we plan for this replacement if it were to happen in your next 3-year term?
We'll roll with the number.
Are you gonna go first?
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's his turn.
So, building operations and building management is always going to be a big portion of what we have to worry about. We've invested and gotten ourselves a lot of new facilities and new schools, but we're also still dealing with older buildings and older facilities. And as part of property management, you're going to have to deal and budget with these types of things. So, I don't think it's feasible to say we're going to start putting, for the sake of discussion, $5 million away, saying it's $15 million for the boiler. But I do think we need to responsibly plan that we have to go down that road. So when the time comes, we don't have to go back to the public and say, we need more money. We need to do another referendum for facilities. So I think it's identifying the problem. Okay, we know this is going to be a problem, and strategically planning for when that replacement can happen.
Yeah, this is a great question. The boiler system up at the high school is original to the building. It has gotten to the point where we have to have parts made just to fix it because you can't get the parts anymore. And when that thing goes, if it goes tomorrow, we will have to come to the public for referendum. But what I will tell you is, and I do think it's more than $15 million, but I'm not going to say how much because I can't remember how much, but we would have to go to referendum. So what we've been doing since it's been available is stockpiling money away in Fund 46, which is a capital maintenance fund that you can put, and we have been saving diligently. We can take money out after 5 years. I believe we're just in our fifth year now.
Starting this coming year.
Yep. And so there aren't any plans to take the money out, and we will just keep saving and keep saving and keep saving so that we don't have to come here for a referendum. And Greg Maru is on top of it, and he does a great job with maintenance. And so hopefully we can just keep those puppies going for a little while longer.
You're good?
I think so.
The capital maintenance fund is great, Fund 46. One asked a question why we have not already been setting money to the side for this. Knowing now that we haven't, other than Fund 46, we definitely need to start because we just cannot keep going to the taxpayers and asking for more and more money. The last referendum was to build a new Meadowview on the promise that we would sell the old Meadowview. Well, there's solid offers on that building. I talked to another school that's interested in that building, and they're getting stalled. And we cannot keep leading the taxpayers. There's no money there. I live in the town. 77 cents of every dollar that we spend in property taxes goes to the school. How much more can we possibly spend? So we need to start saving now. We need to buckle our belts, tighten our belts, and just tell people, I'm sorry, there's no money. We are saving for this. This has to come first.
So, as I understand, Fund 46 started a couple years before I got on the board. Basically, at the end of every year, what we do is we budget our administration budgets very conservatively to make sure we have the money necessary to run the schools on a year in and year out basis. And they do a great job living within that budget and coming in under budget. And so if there is any surplus at the end of the year, the board is given basically two options. One option would be to take the money and put it into the fund balance, which is Fund 10. Fund 10 is the money that we accrue to basically use to pay our bills between September and January when there's no tax revenue. I say tax revenue, it's your money really. When there's no tax money coming in. And so what lots of school districts will do is spend every dollar they have coming in, and then graduation hits in June, and they have no money left, and they short-term borrow to get back to January, and then pay back that interest on those loans to run their district. And that's what we used to have to do until the previous board started a very fiscally responsibly putting money away into fund balance so that we could save up enough money that we could pay our bills and dwindle it down to next to nothing, and then until tax revenue comes back in. And so fiscal responsibility has been a hallmark of this district for a very long time, and I'm very proud of the effort that we've done there. And then the rest of what we do with it, it's like, how much do you need to put into fund balance versus what do you put away for capital expenditures, and that's that Fund 46. And when they started Fund 46, you weren't allowed to use it for 5 years. Now we're allowed to use it, but it's like cookie jar. How do you keep your hands out of it? Because you want to keep saving it for a catastrophic event, or do you want to use it for nice to haves? And so those are the kind of decisions the boards needs to make. The boiler is a very real project. It's a 2-year project. You can't just say, okay, summertime, let's replace the boiler, because you have to take out all of the ductwork throughout the whole building, which would make you replace all the ceilings within the whole building. It's a 2-year phased out project to do. So this is a legit challenge, regardless if you have the money or not, to even perform operationally. What amount of time? I'll talk forever. But anyway, I love construction. Yeah, and so that's really what we're at about $6 million in 446. So at least what we're doing is showing the public that, hey, we saved up this much, and then if you go out to referendum, at least just show you tried.